The Haunting of Colonel's Rest. It was a cold, moonless night in the small town of Willowbrook. The wind howled through the trees, carrying with it a sense of foreboding. A lone figure, Mark, stood outside the old, abandoned KFC restaurant that had once been a bustling hub of fried chicken and laughter. Now it stood as a decaying relic of a bygone era. Mark had always been fascinated by the place. As a child, he had heard stories about the restaurant's mysterious closure. Some said it was due to a terrible accident, while others claimed it was plagued by strange occurrences. Mark had decided to investigate the truth for himself. He stepped inside, the floorboards creaking beneath his feet. The air was thick with dust, and the smell of stale grease still lingered in the air. Broken chairs and tables were scattered haphazardly, like the remnants of a forgotten feast. Mark's flashlight cut through the darkness, revealing faded posters of the Colonel's smiling face. As he explored further, he heard faint whispers, like the faint echoes of a long-lost conversation. Goosebumps prickled on his arms as he moved closer to the source of the sound. It led him to the kitchen, where he found an old, rusted deep fryer. The whispers grew louder, now forming coherent words. "Help us," they pleaded, sending a chill down Mark's spine. He couldn't believe what he was hearing. The fryer seemed to be emanating the eerie voices. He hesitated but couldn't resist the urge to investigate further. Reaching out, he touched the fryer, and a sudden jolt of cold energy coursed through his body. Images flashed before his eyes, the kitchen bustling with activity, the smell of fried chicken filling the air, and the laughter of patrons. But then the scene shifted. He saw workers in distress, their faces contorted in agony. The fryer overflowed with boiling oil, scalding anyone who came near. Panic and chaos erupted. Mark snapped back to reality, trembling. He knew he had to uncover the truth behind this eerie manifestation. He delved deeper into the abandoned restaurant, his flashlight revealing more of its grim history. In a hidden corner, he found a faded newspaper article from decades ago. The headline read, "Tragic Accident Claims Lives at Colonel's Rest." According to the article, a catastrophic explosion in the kitchen had killed several employees and customers, leaving others severely injured. The restaurant had been forced to close its doors, and the incident had haunted the town ever since. Mark's heart raced as he realized the voices he had heard were the restless spirits of those who had perished in the tragedy. They sought closure, their souls trapped within the walls of the old KFC. Determined to help, Mark began researching paranormal investigations and reached out to local experts. They advised him on conducting a seance to communicate with the spirits and offer them peace. Mark gathered a group of brave souls willing to assist him in his quest. As the seance began, they lit candles and joined hands around the fryer, now placed in the center of the restaurant. The atmosphere grew thick with anticipation. Mark spoke aloud, addressing the spirits and urging them to reveal themselves. Suddenly, the temperature plummeted and a gust of wind blew out the candles. The room was plunged into darkness and the fryer began to sizzle and hiss. The spirits' voices grew louder, their mournful cries filling the air. Tears welled up in Mark's eyes as he listened to their stories of fear and pain. He reassured them that their suffering was over, that they could find peace and move on. Slowly, the fryer stopped sizzling and the room warmed. A sense of tranquility descended upon the group as the spirits departed one by one, their presence fading into the night. The old KFC restaurant, once a place of horror and tragedy, now felt lighter, as if a heavy burden had been lifted. Mark and his team left the restaurant, knowing they had helped the restless spirits find closure. As they looked back at the now silent building, they couldn't help but feel a sense of gratitude for the opportunity to put an end to the haunting of Colonel's Rest. The abandoned KFC restaurant would forever hold its secrets, but at least the souls trapped within its walls could finally rest in peace, thanks to Mark's determination and the power of compassion. Don't forget to like and subscribe.